Coming up tonight on YCN News, we'll learn about the hospitals penalized for making too many patient care mistakes. A Claremont man is charged with arson. And we'll learn about switchback consignments in New London, New Hampshire. For more news, weather, and sports, it's time for YCN, your local view.
Now, your daily digest of the Dartmouth Lake Sunapee region, southern Vermont, and Windsor County. News, sports, weather, and all that is happening in our area. The news on YCN, your local view.
Good evening and welcome to the Monday edition of YCN News. I'm Laura James. We begin tonight with a story regarding patient medical care. Of the 721 hospitals nationwide that made a list for having too many patient care mistakes, none of these facilities are in Vermont. And in New Hampshire, only 3 are on the list, all of which serve more patients than many smaller community hospitals throughout the Granite State. Now, the 3 hospitals include Dartmouth Hitchcock Medical Center in Lebanon, Elliott Hospital, and Catholic Medical Center, both in Manchester, New Hampshire. All hospitals on the list are deemed by Medicare to have too many patients with hospital-acquired conditions. There is a financial toll for hospitals making the list. According to the Kaiser Health News, Medicare payments to the cited hospitals will be cut 1% from October of this year to September of next year. Hospitals on the list are deemed to have too many patients with bloodstream or urinary tract infections, also patients with bed sores, falls while in the hospital, and blood clots. The full list of hospitals can be seen online at kaiserhealthnews.org. Turning to other New Hampshire news, a Claremont man suspected for his alleged involvement in a May 31st business fire is under indictment today. 26-year-old Corey Hale of 1 Green Street, Claremont, is charged by the grand jury with allegedly setting fire to the property belonging to the Classical Nest. The Classical Nest is located at 82 Maple Street. An indictment is a charge, not a proof of guilt. If convicted of the charge, Hale faces up to a $4,000 fine and prison term between 3.5 to 7 years. As we reported earlier, this year's flu season may be a bad one. The flu shot may not protect a person from getting the flu, yet it could make a case of the flu less severe for the person. Flu shots can be received at area pharmacies and from your healthcare provider. When YCN News returns, we'll find out how much New London, New Hampshire, is paying to settle the police scandal that rocked the town earlier this year.
The YCN News continues in a moment.
Welcome back to YCN News. I'm Laura James. In New London, New Hampshire, former New London Police Chief Dave Seastrand and a Colby Sawyer student who accused him of asking her to pose nude have settled a lawsuit filed earlier this year on the student's behalf. The Concord Monitor reports the town's insurance provider is paying $70,000 to the woman on behalf of the town and Seastrand, according to court documents. Seastrand was forced to resign last year and forfeit his credentials after the student claimed he had offered to drop underage drinking charges against her if she posed for photographs. The State Attorney General's office investigated but declined to prosecute. Despite similar claims from 3 other women, authorities said they lacked enough evidence to win a trial. The lawsuit filed in June argued that Seastrand had manipulated the criminal justice process for his own ends. The woman's attorney, Richard Lehman, confirmed Friday that she agreed last month to drop the suit in which she was pursuing a jury trial in exchange for the settlement. The majority of the settlement, $62,500, is being paid on behalf of Seastrand, while the remaining $7,500 is being paid on behalf of the town of New London. Both Seastrand and the town are being covered by insurance provider Property Liability Trust Incorporated, commonly known by its former name, the Local Government Center Property Liability Trust, LLC. The woman was 18 at the time of her arrest in March of 2013. She and her parents told investigators they met with Seastrand 2 days later and agreed to resolve the offenses through 100 hours of community service. The Vermont State Police have participated in the National Operation CARE. That stands for Combined Accident Reduction Effort over the holiday weekend from December 19th through December 21st of 2014. Now here's the good news. There were 0 fatalities on Vermont roadways this past weekend. There have been 42 total fatalities in Vermont this year to date. The Vermont State Police responded to 5 impaired-related crashes, 33 total crashes, 13 DUI arrests, and 120 speeding tickets. They also assisted 54 motorists. A national Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over holiday enforcement campaign began on December 10, 2014, and will end on January 1st of 2015. Operation CARE is a national campaign by state police agencies across the country that have joined together in the endeavor of reducing human suffering on our highways, particularly during the national holidays. Formed as a multi-jurisdictional program, Operation CARE is committed to the patrol, enforcement, and activity planning with the goal of accident reduction. Well, everyone needs a place to play, including our favorite canines. A park dedicated for dogs and their humans is moving forward in Enfield, New Hampshire. That according to the Valley News. The name of the park will be Pet Safe Shaker Field Dog Park. That's because park supporters won $25,000 toward their cause from the pet supply company Pet Safe. Park fans receive the most online support based on the number of people living in Enfield. Another $25,000 is from the Dorothy Byrne Foundation. Additional fundraising is underway. To take part and learn more about the park, you can go online to MuscomaValleyDogPark.com. With just 3 days left until Christmas, it was a busy weekend on Super Saturday and Sunday across our Twin State region. Well, some shoppers in New London, New Hampshire made the decision to make what's old new again by choosing Switchback Consignments. And as we found out, it's a store that believes not only in recycling gently used clothing, sporting equipment, and winter wear, but has found a way to give back to neighboring communities. Erica McCullough is co-owner of the store, which has been open for less than a year, and told us exactly how business has been.
They've been great. Actually, we've been really warmly received by the community. We since we opened at the end of May, we've been pretty steady with our client base, and we have over 200 consigners now, and we're just happy that people have really. We've found a need in the community and feel like people are really warmed up to it.
Why should local residents make the decision to go to a consignment store? Well, McCullough has some definite thoughts on what those reasons are.
Here at Switchback Consignment, we consign for 60 days. So the minute we put a tag on your item, it's on the floor for 60 days. And we look every item up and we price a third to a quarter of retail. So we get an LL Bean bag in, we look up the bag and see what they paid for at retail, and then we price accordingly, condition due to condition, a third to a quarter, I'm sorry. And after 60 days, the client, if it hasn't sold, the client can either come pick it up, or if anything doesn't get sold, everything we in the store it gets donated to Turning Points Network in Claremont. We have somebody a wonderful person that comes and picks up everything and brings it over there for donation. But if it does sell, you get a check, which is most cases when it sells, you get a check for the full amount anytime you want. It never expires, never goes away. Or if they choose to use it for in-store credit, you get 15% off anything in the store.
It turns out that giving back to the community happens in 2 ways at Switchback Consignments. According to McCullough, they made the decision to lend a helping hand to neighboring communities as part of their mission. They've partnered with Turning Points in Claremont to further that mission.
Yeah, we decided to go with Turning Points because we wanted to kind of keep it in the community, where if there are items to be donated, we like the yellow boxes are fine. They're great. They go to good causes also. But we wanted to kind of keep it more local and keep it in the community and kind of recycle that way also.
So what should we be thinking about with just a couple of days left until Christmas? This year, a local consignment store could be the answer.
We have lots of good stuff here. We have any good holiday wear. We have lots of good holiday clothing for any last minute Christmas parties or Christmas pictures. We do have toys. We have lots of items with tags. We have shoes and boots and skis and skates and all kinds of good stuff. Yeah, and something for everybody.
You can find out more about Switchback Consignments and their mission of neighbors helping neighbors on Facebook.
The YCN News continues in a moment.
Tonight there may be a chance of snow showers before 10 p.m., then a chance of sleet after midnight. Lows will be around 29 degrees. Tuesday there is a chance of freezing rain before 11 a.m. Then just rain will continue after that. Highs will reach 37. Tuesday night, rain is likely mainly after 4 a.m. with a low around 36. On Wednesday, expect rain and a high near 44. Wednesday night, the rain will continue and could be heavy at times. Lows will be in the 40s. And now, let's take a look at our community calendar. Tomorrow, there will be a health clinic in Newberry at the town library from 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. In White River Junction, there will be a Listen Community Dinner starting at 5 p.m. at the River Point Plaza. The dinner is free. And on Wednesday, attend the blood drive in Lebanon at Alice Peck Day Memorial Hospital from noon to 5. Don't forget that you can submit calendar events by sending them to news@ycnnow.com. Let's see last Saturday's high school sports results. In boys hockey, Kearsarge took on Souhegan at Souhegan High School. Kearsarge suffered a tough loss, losing 15-4. The Lebanon Raiders girls hockey team was more fortunate. They won 2-0 in an exciting game at Oyster River. Tonight there are some games to look forward to in boys ice hockey. Lebanon will host Bow High School for a game. Meanwhile, Hanover will be in Salem, New Hampshire for a game as well.
The YCN News continues in a moment.